Welcome back, it's part 2 of the Cedar Cove Coaster Competition Showcase. In this competition, I asked people to create a coaster for my newest park, Cedar Cove. With a couple of coasters to choose from, a set piece limit and boundary, there's been some incredible creations so far in part 1 of this showcase, which if you haven't seen it already, give it a watch. The voting form will become available after all of the entries have been showcased, and it's open to everyone to vote, so do let me know what you think. Now, let's get into part 2 of the showcase. Just want to say a really big thank you to Mr. Antonio for helping me record the showcases, and who was also the incredible creator behind Cedar Cove's first coaster. Firstly, we have Eclipse, a Gerstlauer launched infinity coaster, and this looks fantastic. Just like I said in the last showcase, I feel like the entries that really shine are the ones that are so self-contained and have their own area around them, and this is exactly that. It looks fantastic. Got a nice view of some custom support in there as well, and I love the whole colour scheme and aesthetic of it. It really works together. The orange and the solar theme you've made with Eclipse works really nicely, and I think it gives the whole area and the ride a nice identity. I'm really liking the look of the layout so far from what we've seen. It looks really compact, which is exactly what most Gerstlauer Eurofighters and Infinity coasters are like, and this just looks fantastic. I like this twisted helix area here, the double helix is surrounded by that nice see-through fence, so it gives a really nice focal point as you approach the coaster. It's got a really nice sign as well. I like the whole branding behind it, like I've mentioned. It's a very nicely styled coaster. It's not themed, but that is exactly what we asked for with this competition. They've got a nice maintenance shed there as well. I just think the whole aesthetic of it really works. Got some nice custom supporting going on there too. Yeah, I'm excited to give it a go. It looks awesome. Let's get on the coaster. Here we are, coming out the station with our first inversion. That was taken at a really nice speed. Then hopping up into that launched lift tail. This looks so cool. Here we go, launching up vertically. We're going to get some nice airtime. Oh, it stalls out at the top. That's very nice. Diving down into a non-inverting Immelman, a junior Immelman. Quite interesting. Oh, lovely profiling on that inversion there. Really giving me Fury vibes at Bobbejaanland land that. Nice snapping hill. Got some great transitions on here. Up into a mid-course. Nice for the capacity, get multiple trains running on there. Nice little airtime pop before going into that double downwards helix with a direction change in the middle. That's really cool. In that sunken pit there, and then it opens the brakes. Noticed the little Cedar Cove lift there too for the station, making it wheelchair accessible, which is lovely. Yeah, that was awesome. Incredible coaster, you've done a great job there. Nice and self-contained, I love all the elements, and it keeps the pacing up really nicely. Very nice and smooth. Everything a Gerstlauer Eurofighter or Infinity coaster should be. Awesome work. Next up we have Ember, another Gerstlauer launched Infinity coaster, and this one looks really unique. Again, like the previous one, it's got a very nice self-contained layout with some really unique and interesting inversions. Quite a few airtime pops in this, which is cool as well. Awesome custom supporting from what I've noticed, and it's also got a sunken pit area with a feature turnaround, which is really cool. This one a very different kind of style. It's called Ember. It's got a really nice purple track and a dark grey supports. That colour scheme works beautifully. It's got a little seating area around it as well, a nicely landscaped queue and station area. I absolutely love the look of that top hat structure too. It actually uses it twice. The really well thought out custom supports there. Got some nice lockers down at the bottom. Queue line with some views of the station. Of course, views of that absolutely gigantic coaster. Look at the view coming through here as well. What a reveal. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's get on this ride. Where's the station? Here it is. Nice station. Lovely and simple, and you get fantastic views of the coaster going up that launched vertical lift hill. That looks fantastic. Let's give it a go. Here we are, launching out of the station. Oh, I really want to experience a vertical launch at some point. Obviously we've done a beyond vertical launch on Voltron, but some of the intimate ones look so cool. That nice speed hill there and that really unique inversion, that's really nice. Oh, it flows very well into that corkscrew as well. Airtime hill going through that top hat structure like I mentioned earlier, and then another airtime hill going underneath it. Great use of custom supports there. And then into the brake run. Yeah, nice short layout. I really enjoyed that. Got a lovely maintenance area here as well with a cool transfer track into that building, which is nice. I like how that works. Had to take a look inside. But yeah, that looks really cool. I love all the custom support, and like I said, the colour scheme is really nice. Lovely and self-contained coaster. That inversion there is so unique as well. I do love it when a coaster has like a unique standout element, and I think that is that launched vertical lift hill there with those sections of track interacting and going through it. It's so cool. Like I said, with the custom supporting, it's really some intricate work that's gone into making that happen. So yeah, really cool. Nice little dedication to some custom supporting I can always really appreciate. Yeah, awesome work. Like that. Next up, we have our first B&M of the showcase. It's Escape from Far Harbour. I love the look of this. It's got like a really kind of nautical maritime theme as well, which is awesome. I love all the interaction with the pathing as you're going across it, and those really big water splashes that are triggered whenever it goes past. All the foliage and planting work is really nicely done around the coaster as well. It's very well thought out. You've got this lovely helix over the water too. And the actual layout itself does feel very well considered for a B&M surf coaster. Obviously you don't want these coasters, the layouts of them, to be the most crazy thing in the world, because like the most thrilling part of it is that you stood up. So they are like quite a bit tamer than most of the like B&M flawless coasters out there and stuff. But yeah, I really like the way this looks. It's got a beautiful station building as well, and then it actually comes into this shed here before it launches, and those like metal structures over the launch track is really giving me Velocicoaster vibes. It's so similar, but yeah, look at this. So beautifully integrated into nature, this coaster, which is exactly what we wanted with the Cedar Cove coaster entries. Got a lovely maintenance shed there as well. Yeah, that connection to nature is really important with any coaster that's going to be in Cedar Cove, because it is obviously primarily an amusement park. That building's lovely, but also like a really big nature park as well, and has sort of like a eco vibe to it too, which is really cool. Yeah, I love all the views you get from down here. It's almost giving me like vibes of Dock World down there at Wallaby, Belgium. It's really nicely done. Very nice and detailed as well, which is impressive considering this is a blueprint submission. So yeah, I really enjoyed the some of the views you get of the coaster. But yeah, let's get on the ride. Launching through that very Velocicoaster looking tunnel there, straight into an airtime hill, and then a nice overbank turn. It's like really overbanked. That's pretty much that is an inversion. Nice 0G roll there, flying around into a nice overbanked, like snapping airtime hill. Really nice corkscrew there, taking it at beautiful speed, and then down into that helix over the water. You get really close there. It's like you're gliding along it. Then two little off-axis hills, a turn, and then back up into the brakes and into the station. Yeah, that was a lovely coaster. I love the whole aesthetic of it, really nicely integrated into its landscaping, and the interaction with the pathwork is really well done as well. That's an excellent submission. Next up we have Evil, Beware of the Danger, which is its full name, which is a launched Gerstlauer Infinity coaster again, and look at this. This looks fantastic. It's definitely giving me vibes of Carnan at Hansa Park. It looks really, really good. I'm loving all the views you get from it as well, and the fact that it's green really naturally blends it into its landscape as well, which I love. There's a lot of pathwork going around the area, so you can get some great views of the ride when you're on ground. And look at the speed of that lift hill. I said it was launched, it isn't actually. It's a lift hill, but the speed you're going up it may as well be. Yeah, look at the views from down here. It's so nice and like secluded down here, and like very tranquil, and then you just must hear the screams of the coaster going past. But yeah, look at the speed it carries going through that element there, that huge sea serpent roll. I love the look of that. But yeah, it is really well integrated into its surroundings. It's a very peaceful area. It's like kind of a really big nature reserve or a park, and then it's just got this huge coaster going overhead. But like I said, because of the colour of it, it's really nicely integrated, and you can it like fades into the background nicely, which is awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited to get on this. It looks like it has some great speed and some really big elements too, which is fun. Dropping down out of the station there, it's immediately into the transfer tracks to the maintenance shed, which is nice. Good bit of detail. Then we're at the top of the lift hill now, going down into that huge drop, twisting to the side there over the path. That's very cool. Massive airtime hill as well. Get some great forces on this ride. Cool overbank, then up into one of my favourite types of inversions, the sea serpent roll. I absolutely love these. It's my favourite part of the Smiler Roll and Towers. Diving down, Nice snapping moments, great transitions, and some big water splashes as well, some triggered elements on the ride, into a nice intense upwards helix there, then into the block section for halfway, which is pretty cool. Got a nice slow downwards inversion there. Oh no, it is still launched, never mind. It's got a lift hill and a launch. That launch really reminded me of the one on Hagrid's, the final one, with how low to the ground it was and then turning instantly. Going up into a nice dive loop there, interacting with the water, which is cool, flying around. It's got some great speed towards the end. Loads of little funky transitions and into brakes. Yeah, that was awesome. Really unique coaster. It's got some great elements on there, and I love the interaction it has with nature. Nice job. Next up we have Flux, which is a double launch Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster. There's a lot of Infinity Coasters in this episode, but this looks fantastic. This creator has honestly gone above and beyond when it comes to the custom supports. They've used the entire piece limit, but pretty much all on supports, and they look fantastic. Again, with the previous few, there's some really unique elements on this coaster, especially like newer sort of elements for Gerstlauer, like the transition into that airtime hill there. Really reminds me of like new gen Vekoma, so it's cool to see people experimenting with like the limits of what these different manufacturers can do with their coasters. But yeah, I love the look of this. The custom supporting is absolutely immaculate. Like, it looks fantastic, creating these really big like lattice structures like the one here to support multiple elements of like multiple different levels and doing inversions and everything. Yeah, I can really appreciate the effort gone into custom supporting here. Coming out the station, we go straight into a very low to the ground inversion. I love that. Very Smiler-esque, and then we go into our launch. And if you look at the track, it actually has like a custom spine underneath. You can't really see it from here. You can see it more from the off-ride, but that was really cool. Oh, there's actually a piece there that has it too. Yeah, launching up into that really unique first element there. Sort of like a twisted top hat stole thing. I liked how there's some stairs in the concrete pits there as well. The attention to detail when it comes to the realism of this ride is crazy. Got some very funky transitions on some airtime hills, some lovely snapping turns. Look at that. That was so cool, using the bottom of the airtime hill as support for that inversion. Second launch, really cool element there. I love the look of that. Diving down, you can see the other train going around. Yeah, the elements are so creative. Like, each element feels very well considered. There isn't a dead spot on the whole ride. It's absolutely hauling round as well. It's got some great speed. Very Carajo there, diving down into the ground with that dive loop. Yeah, the transitions and track work is beautifully done along with all the custom supports. Yeah, really well considered, realistic coaster there. I really enjoyed this one. Definitely a fellow realism nerd. It's the creator for this one, which is fantastic to see. But yeah, the attention to detail with creating this as realistic as possible, especially with the transitions and profiling and the custom supports, is fantastic to see. Great job. Next up we have Formula X, which this creator has said is their Gerstlauer launched Infinity Coaster version of Formula Energylandia, which is pretty cool. Nice to see a different manufacturer's take on a Vekoma layout, which is quite interesting. It's almost like an episode of my challenge series, which is awesome to see. I like it when people are really thinking about what kind of coaster they want to build and making it really different and unique. But yes, this is Formula X, and I love the look of this. Got some nice pathwork interaction as well, and some really unique inversions. Very Gerstlauer by the looks of things. Got some nice profiling and great airtime pops on there. I'm excited to have a ride. It is running a lot of trains, which is cool to see as well, so it's really good from a capacity point of view. That element that it's just about to go through here, it's like a flying snake dive, but like it raises it up instead and then falls back down into the station. Yeah, it's got a really unique layout on this. Here we are, bottom of the first launch, launching into a nice loop. Get some great hang time at the top of there. Nice little airtime pop before snapping to the left and going up into an... Oh, I was going to say an Immelman, but it's sort of an Immelman. That levels out really high up. Nice outer bank turn there. You can see the Formula inspiration. Nice 0G roll. Oh, and then we're going back. That was kind of like, what's the coaster? Cannibal Lagoon? That was kind of similar to that. Got a really nice outer bank stall there. Diving down, little snapping transitions, and then launching into the final two inversions over the station. It's a really unique layout. It's sort of reminded me of a lot of different coasters all like smashed together. Yeah, that was really cool. Definitely a lot of like unique elements and transitions I've never really seen sort of put together before, but it's really nice. It's sort of like a celebration of really quirky little elements that are not only from Gerstlauer, but quite a few different manufacturers thrown in there as well. Yeah, great job. Next up we have Gale Force, which is a launched B&M surf coaster, and I love the look of this. It's got beautiful track colour. Once again, it really nicely complements the nature that's around it. I'm sure from people view it'll like blend into the sky, which is really nice. Probably not in the UK because it's always grey, but it blends into the sky of Planet Coaster. I love the look of that Cobra roll there as well. I've never seen an element like that on a B&M surf coaster. Nice to see you're experimenting, and this sequence is quite nice. How it like does a figure of 8 and it exits in that nice 0G roll to the side. Yeah, it's really cool. The layout feels like very polished as well on this one, which is nice. You've got this lovely viewing area at the front. Nice place to sit and watch the coaster go by. Gale Force, really cool name. Sort of like heavily stylized, not themed, which, like I've said a few times, is exactly what we asked for with this competition. I love the look of this station as well. You get great views across the ride area from up here. Nice little transfer track there too. Yeah, this looks awesome. I'm excited to give this a go. Here we go on Gale Force. I like that downwards path of the exit that follows like the angle of the first turn as well. That's very nice. That spiral staircase off the catwalk of the launch too. Launching down now. I think there's a splash effect behind us that you might have seen off ride, which is awesome. Sharing the supports there for the two overbanks too, which is nice. Going straight into lovely, smooth and well profiled inversions there. Look at that. Profile on that Cobra roll was great. Into an overbank again using those same supports, which is pretty cool. Nice little wave turn. Diving down next to some foliage and an awesome 0G roll. The profiling and like sequencing of transitions is very well done on this. Like they all perfectly lead into each other, which is cool. Nice floaty transition hill there, and then up into the brakes. That was really nice. Yeah, that was an awesome coaster. I really enjoyed that. Like I said, the transitions and profiling were fantastic on there. Like the sequencing of elements was really good. I love the way it looks from overhead as well. Like it's just a beautifully profiled mess of track. That's that launch effect that I was on about whilst we were on the ride. Yeah, it was really fun. I enjoyed that. Lots of nice transitions on there. Get some great views from off-ride as well. And it's a very unique layout for a surf coaster, which is good. You can see a lot of the time with surf coasters, them kind of just following pipeline, but this is very different and stands out by itself. Awesome work. Next up we have Gilded Phoenix, which is an RMC iBox Hyper Hybrid coaster. This is technically, the creator says, a conversion of an Intamin wooden coaster into an RMC, which is awesome to see. You've just seen a little glimpse there of the Zero car, which we'll see more closely later on, but it's such a cool Zero car. There it is going past. Look at that. I absolutely love the look of this. You can tell it's an Intamin as well because it's a very like out and back, long, spread out layout, which is cool to see. With obviously the RMC iBox treatment, which looks fantastic. I love the track colour. The station building's really cool as well, and that golden truss structure is awesome as well, because you can imagine that truss structure would be completely new, whilst the wood from the track would mostly be original. But yeah, here we are for a POV. I'm excited to ride this. At the top there, you can just see a little bit of that custom Zero car as well, which is really cool. Absolutely love the look of that. Down that huge first vertical drop there. Great head chopper, 3 great head choppers there with a little airtime bump in the middle. Really interesting outer bank turn there as well. Diving down into a bit of a double down, which is cool. Nice, really cool turning transitions. Got a great stall. You get set on fire as you go through the truss there. Up into that, is it like that Raven? Is it the Flying Raven turn or whatever it was called? The one that was on Wildcat's Revenge. That's pretty cool. Step up underflip, is that what it was? Yeah, nice seeing that on there. Got some great airtime levels on here, some really huge ones. Nice sideways stall there, climbing up into a nice outer bank section. Yeah, it's got some great speed this ride and some really quick inversions too, which is cool to see. Along with some very low to the ground moments. Nice little pop of airtime there as well. A little overbank, low turn, and then a few more airtime hills up into the brakes. Yeah, that was awesome. I really enjoyed that coaster. Fantastic RMC. Next up, we have another RMC iBox coaster called Grizzly Unchained. Now, this looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that custom support in there, it's stunning. The creator did say that this was Cedar Cove's wooden coaster called Grizzly, which RMC have then since converted into Grizzly Unchained. And this looks absolutely fantastic. Apparently they also put a lot of work into the Zero car on the train, so we'll have to check that out. But look at these elements. The custom supporting, like I mentioned, is fantastic, but the whole layout just feels very well put together, like all of the elements flying around each other. You've got that giant truss structure there with that like sideways stall going over it. It just looks awesome. Once again, I love the integration of the landscaping into the layout as well. It feels very realistic and I just love the way this looks. I genuinely can't wait to ride this, it looks great. Got a nice view from people level here as well, and a fantastic look at that entrance sign. And the train, look at that, it's adorable. Anyway, coming out the station now, I've got some really funky airtime pops. I love it when RMCs have little pre-lift sections like this, it's so cool. This one's awesome as well, packed with elements. And then into the lift hill we go. Really high up now, you get a great view of that custom Zero car at the front as well, heading down into our first drop on the ride. Straight underneath a huge wooden structure there, which is cool, up into a really nice inversion there. That has great custom support on the outside as well from what we saw. Nice snapping double up over an inversion there. Nice sideways stall, that's really cool. Pretty unique as well, I've never seen anyone do that on the side of a truss underneath a lift hill. Awesome like non-traditional stall there too. Really fast inversion through the supports, diving through the supports again, you get some great interaction with the structure on this. Nice little double pop of airtime, some snapping over banks, nice changes of direction, awesome slow inversion there, like downwards inversion. Some really nice tight turns, little outer bank. Yeah, this is very RMC, this creator knows exactly what they're doing with all the RMC elements and transitions. Then twisting back around, a couple more airtime pops and then into the brakes. Yeah, that was fantastic. I really enjoyed that, got the lift there from Cedar Cove too, which is great to see. Beautiful maintenance area, and then yeah, the ride area just looks insane. Great job, love all the custom support and attention to detail, it's a fantastic layout. Next up we have another RMC called Grove Runner. This looks fantastic and very different to the previous one. The layout is like very random and like some pretty cool experimental elements. I love the look of that Zero car on the custom train there as well. It comes off the lift hill and goes straight into like a dive down drop, and then you have this awesome really unique turnaround which is about to go through, just like a double up there, and rises up into sort of like a nice transition, an outer bank, and a little pop of off-axis airtime and back down. Really unique layout and I love that element. Grove Runner sign there, presented by Viva La Vegan, awesome. Got a little sign for the coaster too, some lockers. I love the view of it as well. I like how the station's elevated above as well. You get this cool little element that goes underneath the station, which is awesome. Nice for transfer track area. I really like the station too, it's very intricate with lots of beams. Let's go for a ride. Very slow outer bank to begin with, you can see bits of the custom train too, which is nice. And it goes just above the entrance here, and you can see that lovely see-through fence, so you can watch it go through this first very slow inversion. Look at that, that's awesome. Very Smiler-esque with the inversion of the station. Then another outer bank to get to the lift hill. Here we go, huge lift hill coming up. We're at the top now. Really nice views from up here. You can imagine this being integrated into a very nice nature park and getting some great views of the surroundings. Then into that first barrel roll drop. Love the look of that, that was awesome. And you get two awesome little airtime kicks as it goes up into this turnaround element. Oh yeah, the profile on that was awesome. Diving down around the first drop structure with some awesome little sideways airtime pops. Wow, it's very like flowy. I love all of those like sequence of transitions. It's so quick as well. Getting some great airtime and laterals. Wow, nice side stall there. A few more little pops of airtime, we turn around. Yeah, the airtime's fantastic on this. Keeping like speed going as well. Love all these little transitions at the end. Even a stall too. 3 little airtime pops into the brakes, yeah. That was awesome. A lot of airtime in that layout. Really unique elements too. Next we have another Arrow 4D coaster. I'm loving that people are making these. We have Halaya, I think it's called. Awesome looking coaster. I love the colour scheme of this, and the custom supporting as well looks fantastic on parts of the coaster. And it's going down into the drop there. Lovely hold over the edge. I love how part of it is above water as well. It's very well integrated into its landscaping, like quite a few have been this showcase. You've definitely listened to the like naturey parts of Cedar Cove and really integrated those into these submissions. That was a beautiful view, and then it has that incredible view of the overbank going over the bottom of the lift hill in the station. Look at that. That is an amazing view. I like all the branding around it as well, and all the planting and flowers. It's a very pretty coaster, and the colour scheme of it's beautiful as well. Got a very long and sprawling layout too. Lovely custom supporting on that. And they've got a nice little Cedar Cove sign as well, so you can get your selfies near there. I love this area in between the layout as well. It's like really nice, and you can just sit and watch the coaster go around. Got a like a substation building there as well. I think that's, yeah, the transfer track at the top of the lift hill now. You can't even tell we're at the top of the lift hill, we're just facing the sky. When's the track going to appear? Here we go, we're picking up a bit of speed now. Looking straight down that vertical drop. Wow, what a view. That's crazy. And spinning round. You get some great views of the layout in these types of coasters. Nice little spin there at the top of that Emmerman. Flying around into that 0G roll. It's so crazy. Yeah, it's a beautiful looking coaster. I love how graceful it is as well. It is like you're flying around the area, which is so cool. I love how there's parts that go forwards and backwards as well. A nice dive loop into that inversion to finish. Yeah, that was awesome. I really love that. The layout's great. It keeps its speed throughout it as well. You've got some really nice inversions on there, and the whole scenery around the area is just beautiful as well. Like I said, all the nature integration is just amazing. That's what's really making quite a lot of these coasters, I think, how well they're integrated into the landscaping. This one definitely was. Great job. And to have a quick look at night as well, like the creator mentioned to do so. But yeah, look at this. It's just beautiful. And then the entrance at night as well with that sign just looks incredible. Yeah, really great job. Next up, we have a Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster called Hang Loose. The creator said this is heavily inspired by Hang Time, and it looks fantastic. I love the look of it. Once again, the colour scheme looks really beautiful against the natural landscaping. And it's got a really long and sprawling layout with a huge variety of elements and some awesome custom supporting too, which is great to see. I love how with this competition a lot of people have put the effort in to make custom supporting, and it really does make a difference. The coasters are looking a lot more like professional than some of the last competitions, which is great to see. Like, it's nice to see everybody improving, which is awesome. Got a lovely Cobra roll down here as well, you can see. Cobra roll is one of my favourite elements on a coaster, and I love how it interacts with the path there, giving kind of Kumba vibes how that interacts with the path. Lovely 0G roll coming out of that, and then this is the main entrance to the like little area that Hang Loose is in. It's a great view. I love this first inversion here coming out the station, very Smiler-esque. Got the wheelchair lift from Cedar Cove, which is awesome to see, and then you get this view of the lift hill here. Look at that, just coming out of the ground. That looks fantastic. Anyway, let's go for a ride. So first element here, diving down underneath the station, very Smiler-esque, I love that. Nice little turn and then up into the huge vertical lift hill. I like the little step ladder you had at the bottom is there. Really nice realism pieces. At the top of the lift hill now, holding for that huge vertical drop. See the other train whizzing around too. Wonder if we get any interaction between those. Nice concrete pit there as well for the drop going underneath the ground. Great set of inversions there. I like how the last one kind of like stalls out as well, that's quite cool. Lovely interaction with that custom supporting that you've done. Very nicely profiled 0G roll, and then going into a downwards airtime hill and into that Cobra roll. That looks fantastic. I love a good Cobra roll. I like how you put the netting on the lower down part as well to protect the path. Another nice 0G roll. Oh, we get a little booster launch, very Voltron-esque. Large corkscrew there. Nice overbank turn. Another airtime hill. A very long layout and then into the brakes. That was fantastic. Lovely little maintenance area there that I needed to get into. But yeah, that's a great coaster. Really enjoyed that. Great layout, awesome work. Next up we have Interlock, which is an RMC Hyper Hybrid coaster, and this looks fantastic. Look at that colour scheme. It is very popping, aggressively pink colour, but I love that. Got a great first drop there, banking down. It's kind of reminded me of like an i305 style drop. It's like zooming around and then back through the structure, and then there's elements that kind of remind me of like Steel Vengeance as well. It's a really cool looking coaster. That awesome inversion there that comes around the lift hill, which I love the look of. I was just about to go through that now. Yeah, look at that. That's fantastic. Looks like it's carrying a good amount of speed through that too, and it's got lots of little airtime pops, cool inversions throughout the layout as well, flying between all of the trees. Yeah, this looks really fun. I'm excited to get on it. The name's definitely right with it being called Interlock and the coaster like interlocking between itself constantly. There's a lot of like crossover moments, which is really cool. Like you can see it going over the station there, and you get a view of the cool ride logo. I like the look of that. But the signage is very like iconic, isn't it? It's pretty cool. And then here we have our station too. The queue goes underneath the coaster through these like tunnels, which is quite cool. I like the look of that. But let's take a ride now. At the top of the lift hill, just cresting over. It's a huge drop, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, great views going down there. Banking to the side. Yeah, that's very like i305 or Intamin Megalight, isn't it? And flying through the structure with a lovely airtime hill. Interlocking through other pieces of track there, which is cool. Nice snapping transitions and up into that really big inversion that goes over the lift hill. Perfect timing with the train too. Banking down, getting really close to the ground. Some funky transitions going on too. And into a little block section. And then interlocking again under different pieces of track. It's kind of like a dive coaster having two vertical drops. Nice little trick track element there, which was cool. Really slow inversion over the station, love that. And then up into a few more airtime pops and some nice transitions into a very long kind of Mosasaurus roll style inversion, which is awesome there. A lot of hang time and vertical drops on airtime on this ride. And there we go, that was Interlock. I really enjoyed that. Got a great variety of elements, really smooth throughout the layout too. It's just an all-round pretty cool coaster. Good work. Next up we have an incredibly unique RMC called Iron Lotus. I love the look of this. It's quite a small RMC, it's sort of around the same size as Untamed by the looks of it, but it's got a really long layout with some incredibly unique custom support. And look at this entrance feature. It's sort of like, I don't know, like it looks like parts of like a long ship or something, like a wooden ship, and you've used like pieces of that or sort of like, I don't know, bones. It's like a really intricate steel structure. It looks like a big metal bridge actually. That's really cool. I mean, it is a bridge. But yeah, I love how that sort of interacts with the coaster as it goes around. And then look at the station building. This is really beautiful. It's sort of like a very pretty version of Anubis at Plopsaland. That's what the station's kind of reminding me of. It's sort of like a industrial Victorian kind of style, like, but with a lot of like nature integration and stuff. You got this lovely winding path that snakes around the outside of the building, and you got this very like sort of, yeah, industrial Victorian Gothic pretty kind of thing going on. I really like the look of it. You've got these two like huge glass structures that come out the front as well. I love how the coaster interacts with the queue there as it like dances around that trick track section. And yeah, you've got this awesome view of the station as you approach it. Let's have a look inside. Wow, look at that. It's like a really pretty greenhouse. And look at the custom work on the train too, with the big flower. I'm really excited to have a ride on this. It looks awesome. Get great interaction there with the other train. Looks like it's got lots of unique, like, kind of bouncing to the side elements as well. And I love the truss work on the lift hill. At the top now, going to drop into that really cool pit that goes underneath the bridge, and then we'll interact with the bridge later on. Nice turnaround element after that double up. Yeah, it's very smooth and graceful, this, isn't it? Flying around into that stall over the entrance. Love that. Great custom supporting work there. Flying up into another inversion there, really nicely profiled. And then you come into the section of the ride that kind of dances around the queue, which I love. Got all these little bouncy moments of off-axis airtime and stuff. Little outer bank there. Yeah, this is really nice. The pacing of it's great as well. It keeps a very consistent speed throughout. And then up into the brake run. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that. It's a very pretty coaster, and then you can see the actual Iron Lotus in the middle there. Yeah, great job. I really like this one. Lovely nature integration. Next up we have Iron Melon, another RMC iBox coaster, and this looks really good, especially with all the nature integration around the area as well. And you've got this first really unique turnaround where it goes into like an outer bank and then like a downwards inversion there. The pacing on this looks crazy as well. It's super fast all the way around the layout, and I love how you've got this kind of like island here of like loads of nice transitions surrounded by the path. You've got some cool interaction with the station there too, and backstage. Nice little transfer track going on too, which is nice to see. It's just like a lot of slow to the ground elements, like loads of little fast parts, which is awesome to see. And then yeah, like I mentioned earlier, this ending part that sticks out into the plaza, you get some great views of it. I love this part. It's got some little like glass viewing windows too, which is nice. A beautiful station building here in sort of the main plaza. Nice steel melon sign there as well. Great name. I really like the name. You've got this nice path that comes around here as well to give you some more awesome views of the coaster. But yeah, this looks really exciting. I'm like really looking forward to get on this. Nice station, you know, like queuing experience here, and then you arrive in the station. Let's go for a ride. Just coming out of the station here, you've got a little airtime pop and then an outer bank that goes around the structure. That's pretty cool. And then up into this huge lift hill. Here we go, first drop. This is a really steep drop, look at that. Got a little airtime bump at the bottom as well, then up into that outer bank turnaround, and then it transitions into that downwards inversion. That's so cool. Straight into a very quick inversion there, wow. And flying around loads of little airtime pops. It's keeping the speed really well. Awesome custom supports there as well as it like veers away from the wooden structure. Through a block section, another little outer bank. Transitioning into an inversion. You really like your outer banks into inversions. And you've got this really cool section here that's out over the next to the entrance. Loads of little airtime pops in a row. All kind of like off axis and slightly skewed as well, which is cool. And then up into the brake run. Yeah, that was really cool. Keeps its speed beautifully throughout. It's got some really fast and quick inversions on there, and loads of little airtime pops and funky transitions too. And it's a very pretty area with all of this beautiful landscaping around it. Good job. Next up we have another RMC hybrid iBox coaster. We have Iron Panther. This looks awesome. I love the colour scheme. The colour of the wood almost makes it look kind of like gold, so it's got like a gold and purple like aesthetic to it. It's really cool looking. Looks like we've got a nice collection of elements on here as well. I can see some pretty unique inversions going on, some nice snapping twists and some airtime. It looks like it's going to be a pretty fun layout. You can just see the train there arriving into a mid-course brake run as well, which is nice. You've got a covered top of the lift hill, which is pretty cool as well. I imagine that looks nice from when you're on the train. And you can see down at the front here we have the entrance sign of Iron Panther. That looks awesome. I love the view of the lift hill going up there as well. We've got a nice covered queue with all the like solar shading and the tree canopies as well, which is really nice. You've got a great view of a maintenance shed, which is underneath the lift hill, which is pretty cool. Then you have up here the station, which looks really nice. It's a very like wooden effect kind of vibe to all the buildings, which is really nice. Let's go for a ride. Starting off with a nice little kind of tilted side hill as we enter the huge lift hill. I like the covering at the top of the lift hill as well there, like going through a little shed and then down that huge drop. Underneath the structure you get great head chopper there, and into a bit of an outer bank. Down again into an overbank turn. Oh, it's an inversion. Awesome. Lots of like sideways turns and snapping profiling, which is nice. Really big drop again. Little airtime pop at the bottom of there, twisting around into that block section. Always good to have a block section to get multiple trains running. Really steep drop off of there as well, which is good. Getting that speed right back up after slowing down. Lots of little bunny hills and hopping up in strange angles. Lots of nice off-axis moments. Great stalling inversion there. Very smooth. Some really low to the ground sections as well, which is nice to see. Another great head chopper jumping through the structure and twisting up into the brakes. Yeah, that was awesome. I really like that layout. Really fun. Lots of funky transitions. Next up we have another RMC using the Iron name, this one Iron Patriot. Look at the colour scheme of this, it is very America, isn't it? Got a nice drop there in the background with sort of an outer banked hill, then down into a cool downwards inversion there. And then really long, low to the ground turn. Got a couple more airtime pops and transitions, and then you're back into the station. It's got some really nice pacing on this from the look of it. It's a very, like, I don't know, sprawling RMC. It takes up a lot of space, which means there's a lot of space in the ride layout for like queuing and flat rides and stuff. You can see how this would integrate nicely into a park. And I really like the kind of shorter layout as well. It just means that it keeps the speed going really well throughout the layout. Let's go for a ride. Starting off here with a couple of twists and an outer bank turn to get up to that lift hill. Then we're at the top of the lift hill now. You can get a glimpse of that first element we're about to go through, that kind of outwards bank turnaround. Down the drop, great head chopper there with a later on bit of track. Yeah, that outer bank's nice. I like the transitions you come out of it as well, like the swooping S-turns. Then into that really cool downwards inversion. And a very long, drawn out, low to the ground turn as well, very similar to something like I-305 there. Outer bank around the corner, nice head chopper into a stall, very nicely profiled stall actually. And coming round, a few more twists and turns, nice low to the ground sections, and then into the brake run. Yeah, it keeps the speed really well. Yeah, that's a nice little RMC, I really enjoyed that. The colour scheme looks awesome too, and it's a great ride. Next up we have another RMC coaster called Iron Stallion. Look at this. It's the definition of like an out and back layout, isn't it? I really like the look of it, how it like encloses this lake in the centre of the area. It looks awesome too. You can just see it going up the lift hill there. I'm speeding it up so it can get to the top. Yeah, look at the views. I love the lake in the centre, like I said, and you've got this like central plaza looking out over the lake. It's got water effects going on too, and the actual coaster is massive. I love the colour scheme of it as well, like all black track and supports. That looks fantastic. This has got a slight steampunk style to it as well, which is awesome to see. Look at the speed of it as well, taking over that turnaround hill. It's got a really unique turnaround here with like a off-axis kind of like stall thing going on, an airtime hill there. I love all the water effects in the centre too. Yeah, this looks awesome. It's a really nice self-contained area too, which is always good. You can see the train flying along there. It's got a bit of a custom zero car too. Really nice inversion. I love this plaza in the centre too with like that huge sign. That looks so cool. Really excited to go on this. Got round the side here, we've got the station building and a really big queue as well, which is good, so we can get lots of people going on this ride. I like this section at the end too, that looks awesome. Let's go on the coaster. You can see that kind of like, or the stallion's head there on the front of the train, which looks really cool. Down into that huge drop, look at that, wow. Absolutely flying down here, got a great speed hill, near miss with the trees. Rising up there into another massive drop on the ride as well. This has really reminded me of sort of like a B&M Hyper, but like an RMC take on it, so it's got really big, long drawn out elements, but then like an RMC style turnaround there, which is cool. Diving down, keeping that speed going really well. It's got lots of airtime moments too, which is fantastic. Up against the structure there, you can really appreciate the scale of this ride. Awesome triggered water effects. Nice airtime hills again, turning around into this sort of last section of the ride, which looks like loads of airtime hills back to back, which is awesome. Absolutely hauling down this section, just keeping the speed really nicely. Some great transitions going on here too, very smooth. And then one final inversion into the brake run, look at that. Yeah, beautiful coaster. I really enjoyed that, it keeps the speed going really nicely, it's very smooth, got some great profiling and really nice elements on there, and it's absolutely gigantic as well. Good job. Next up, breaking the streak of a long set of RMC coasters, we have this Gerstlauer launched Infinity coaster called Macaran. Look at this, it looks incredible. I love all the custom supporting. The scale of the coaster is huge and it just looks like it would perfectly fit into any part. Look at that custom supporting, it's mad. It's got a great range of elements as well, some really high up ones. I love the pathing interaction, how it like dives down into trenches over bridges and stuff. It's got everything, this ride, it looks really nice. And the fact that all of this is under 6,000 pieces as well. You'll see later on where I'm the most blown away about how this creator has dealt with the piece count when we see the trains, because, oh just wait, the trains are fantastic, but look at that nice entrance sign there as well. You see the coaster flying around overhead, you get some great views of it, look at that. You can just see a little glimpse of the train there, which I have to pause it and go and have a look. Look at that train. Absolutely fantastic, I love that. Here we are on the coaster now, doing that nice drop out the station, that really slow inversion there up into the first launch. That looks fantastic. I'm really liking the realism elements of this ride. It's just an insanely detailed coaster. Here we are doing it into the first launch, up into that huge top hat structure. Look how high up we are. I love the view of the first car of the train from here as well, all nice and themed in. Got a really big airtime, like pop into a dive loop there underneath the bridge. This really high up kind of like corkscrew inversion. That was awesome. Flying around there into that Immelman. I love all the foliage interaction as well, and the really big trees, and these trenches as well add so much to the ride. Massive airtime hill there, beautiful custom supporting work as well. Up into the block section, and then very Voltron-esque drop into a downwards corkscrew. Crashing through all that rock work, which looks beautiful too. And then into a very kind of like Carajo moment here, where it dives down underneath the ground into a tunnel. I love that. Very Gerstlauer. This creator knows exactly what they're doing with this coaster type. Nice popping into an overbank turn there as well. Beautiful final inversion, then into the brakes. What a coaster. Yeah, that is absolutely fantastic. I had to get a shot of the transfer track there as well, which looks beautiful, and all the detailing around the tunnels, it's just immaculate. How this creator's managed to fit this amount of detail into 6,000 pieces is incredible. Honestly, amazing creation. Next up we have Metropolitan Genesis, another RMC iBox coaster, and this looks awesome. That truss structure is absolutely incredible, the views for the first drop there. This creator has also made an incredible station building, which did make my game quite laggy with the sheer amount of detail in this, but it really does look incredible, doesn't it? It's a very like classy kind of Victorian style, and I really love all of the detailing in the roof. But anyway, the coaster itself is crazy looking. It looks awesome. I absolutely love the colour scheme of this as well. It ties so perfectly with the station building, sharing the similar sort of colours for like what's like the woodwork and the coaster, and I love the Zero car. Like the woodwork on the coaster and the stonework on the station is the same as the steel work on the coaster and the steel work on the station. It looks awesome. But anyway, first drop. That looks awesome. I love all the head choppers you get. It's a very like kind of airtime bumped Zadra turn at the bottom of there into a huge like overbank turn that exits in a downward spiraling inversion. That's awesome. Huge stall through the structure. Beautiful speed going through there as well. That structure looks awesome. Flying around to the low turn into a huge airtime hill, like a double twisted down thing. It's really cool. I'm loving all the transitions on here as well. Nice outer bank. Then that little airtime pop before flying into that inversion there. You go through that so quickly. Nice near miss with the lift hill truss as well. Into the final few elements of the ride, kind of hopping and jumping around. A couple of last inversions and airtime hills and everything. This layout just keeps going. I said it was the last few elements, it actually wasn't. I thought we were going to be done. No, it's still going. This section really reminds me of like Untamed. It's kind of like Zadra with Untamed on the end, this layout. It's awesome. Yeah, that was very Untamed, that inversion there, wasn't it? And then hopping up into the brakes. Wow, what a coaster, what a layout. It's absolutely flying through there. I love the speed of it and all the cool transitions and everything. It's a really nice layout, and the sequencing of elements has been beautifully thought about. And then obviously there's that awesome station building there, really nicely stylized Metropolitan Genesis sign there too, even with a little spinning metro sign. Yeah, really cool. I like that. Got a nice lockers unit there too. Yeah, and it's a cool little transfer track there. Yeah, really awesome work. I enjoyed that one. Next up we have Mission X, which is an indoor RMC iBox coaster. I've never seen an indoor RMC coaster before. This sounds really interesting. From the outside of the building you can see absolutely nothing of this ride, which is really intriguing. Down here you have like a little maintenance area, Cedar Cove Project X, which is pretty cool. Got a little lift there up to the maintenance area where you can see the track sticking out. And then, yeah, around the front of the building, you get like a little tease at sort of what the stylization of this is going to be. But really, you don't really know what it's going to be like until you get inside. So there we go. Mission X. Nice little entrance sign there with the rocket. Got a little sign at the bottom as well telling you about the ride. Then if we go into the queue, it's very mysterious. Got a little astronaut there. I've put my torch on, just the lighting inside is quite dim. And then there we have the station itself and the coaster. Yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what this is going to be like. I'm going to ride it at night to make it extra dark inside the show building. Let's see what it's like. I like how it's just like illuminating the track in front of you just by the lights on the train. It's giving me Space Mountain vibes, this sort of section, with the bright white light and then the rocks above us. Just approaching the top of the lift hill here, you can see the roof of the show building there, so we are like right at the top now. And then diving down into the rest of the layout, you can't really see a whole lot, it's very dark. I like how you can just kind of get the bit of track in front of you that's illuminated. But yeah, you can't really see any of the layout itself. I think that's a block section over there, that like white straight section of track. But apart from that, you can't see a thing that's going on. We're going pretty fast though, which is cool. There we go, that's a block section. And then we're off again into the abyss. You can't see what's going on. I think, was that an inversion? I think that might have been an inversion. Oh, and then into the brake run. There we go. So I thought I'd have a look at the coaster inside with the lights on, or at least it's daylight outside. So you can see most of the layout here. Yeah, it's a very compact and interesting layout, but I would love to see an indoor RMC coaster like this in the dark. I think that would be really awesome. Yeah, cool coaster. Next is our first Intamin multi-dimension coaster of this showcase called Muddy Buggies, and this looks really unique. I've never seen anything like this before. It's like the track has been completely hidden underneath rock work and stuff and like terrain work to create a coaster that like looks like a buggy that's like going along like no track. I'm assuming this would work the same way Donkey Kong does, and you hide the track underneath somehow, and like this creator sort of emulated it by making look like there's no track, because obviously that's what Donkey Kong's supposed to do. But most of the ride takes place in this beautifully landscaped like rockwork building. You can see it just launching out there from the station. It's such a weird concept, but I love it. It's really cool. I'm excited to go for a ride on this. There's this cool outdoor section here that's like loads of ramps and stuff. Yeah, this is really unique. Let's take a look on the ride, leaving the very beautiful station into this little show scene here. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to include the whole POV because it's quite long. I think the whole POV is like 3.5 minutes. But just we'll get a little preview of most of the POV here. It's so cool how it's like up against all the rock work. And you've got this cool section inside as well. Are we stopping? Oh, we are. Oh, there's like cool tilt track elements and stuff. This is really interesting. Love all the show scenes and the special effects. Here we are tilting down. Oh, we're going this way. That was cool. A rock moved out the way. It's kind of like we're getting dropped through a cave. This is awesome. Here we are going outside into that section we saw earlier. Oh, this is awesome. Such a unique coaster. I've never seen anything like this before. Yeah, it's fascinating how it all works. Inside now, we're going really fast. And then, oh, there's another buggy in front of us that's crashed. Oh, and it even tilts forward as we drop. That's so cool. Wow. Yeah, there's some crazy detailing in this. So atmospheric as well. And then we are coming back into an outside portion here and up into the station. That was fantastic, wasn't it? Really enjoyed that. Such a unique coaster. I've never seen anything like it before. Really, really good work, and it's really fascinating how that all works together with the beautiful station inside as well. Yeah, really cool creation. Such a unique one. The second to last coaster for this showcase is Myth, a launched B&M surf coaster, and this looks absolutely beautiful. I love all of the foliage work around it, and the track colour is just stunning. I love the combination of that like deep industrial blue with those like mid-grey supports, and the whole area just looks really nice. It's really well landscaped. The coaster is beautifully custom supported, and the profiling and like the series of elements looks great. This creator definitely knows what they're doing with B&M coasters, because it just feels very like professional and realistic and polished. Like if you pay attention to, oh, it's a beautiful entrance side with the station building. If you pay attention to all the transitions on the track and the elements, they are very B&M profiled. It feels like this, yeah, this creator definitely knows their B&M transitions and like elements and stuff. So it comes out of the station there into its first launch. I love the station, by the way, but yeah, you get this great view of it going over the launch there. Let's have a look at the station actually. Yeah, look, there's some like nice spikes and trees coming out the queue line and stuff. Got a nice transfer track area there as well into a maintenance shed. That looks really nice. Yeah, let's go for a ride. I'm really excited to have a go on this. It looks awesome. Just coming out the station here into a little dip before we go up into that like airtime bumped launch track, which looks awesome. And it's a very unique first element as well. It doesn't immediately go into its highest point, it like just snaps around in a cool transition, then goes up into that really slow overbank. I love that. Flattening off into a really big corkscrew. This is very pipeline. And diving down, nice snapping airtime hill. As you go down into a nice lower turn, into another corkscrew. Yeah, this layout is really well considered, considering it's a surf coaster. Like, you do want it to be relatively tame and like have these large, slower elements, just because of the thrilling aspects of the seating. But yeah, that was really awesome. I love that view there down the launch track. Great coaster. It's very, very realistic. All the profiling, like I mentioned, is immaculate. Very B&M. This creator knows exactly what they're doing and has created a beautiful coaster. Have a look at night as well. Some very subtle night lighting. I love the look of this. Yeah, you've done an incredible job with this. Awesome, awesome work. Look at that sign as well. Yeah, great job. Really enjoyed this one. And our final coaster for Showcase 2 is Outlaster. This is a RMC iBox coaster and it looks fantastic. I really like the look of this. Got a beautiful little train there as well, the Zero car on the front, which looks nice. You've got a beautiful track colour, some pretty unique elements by the looks of it. It's a really short train because it's got a lot of like really tight turns and tight transitions as well. Sort of like how the way Gotham City Escape is a really short train because of how the elements work on there. You've got a little airtime pop before plummeting into that huge drop. Got a really nice stall there by the looks of it over a pathway. You can see the coaster absolutely flying round, it's so quick. Then you got like a really nice series of off-axis moments and ejector airtime hills with some really unique inversions and stuff thrown in there too. I like all the landscaping around it as well. I've got some nice tree work. Let's go for a ride. I'm excited to get on this. Just pulling out of the station there, you can see the little Cedar Cove text on the front of the train. I really like that. Got a couple of elements before we make it into the lift hill. Diving down underground as well, which is pretty cool, like a trench. Some nice snapping airtime hills and some off-axis moments. And then up into the lift hill. I really like the turnaround at the top of this lift hill. It's kind of like an upgraded version of the one on Wildfire at Colmarden. Like, you've got some little airtime pops and transitions and stuff, and then a little speed hill just before going over this huge vertical drop. Look at that. Beautiful banking at the bottom as well. There, getting thrown to the side and then into that stall. Nice turnaround section here as well, getting increasingly faster as you fly through the inversion. Got a nice sideways stall, turn over a path, very quick. Oh, I was going to say 0G roll, but that was like the inversion that is on Steel Vengeance. That was really cool. Little pop into a sideways airtime hill, double up. Wow, yeah, this is a lot of airtime. I love all the little transitions, and then into the break room. Yeah, cool final coaster to end with. I really enjoyed that one. It's got some great pacing on there too. And there we go, we're officially halfway through the Cedar Cove competition showcase. Like I mentioned last time, the voting form will be released at the end of Showcase 4, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.